When he stood on the top of the bench and shouted, rotten, rotten, rotten. So I looked up to the superintendent and said, Dr. John, now should I stop or should I continue? He said, Mr. Marshall, we have had this chappie here for the last 10 years. But this is the first time he has used any intelligence. Just imagine my friend, he could find out that my speech was popped up. So that's how I started. Well, friends, of all the methods of communication available to us, the spoken word, the printed word, picture, a combination of picture and words, the spoken word is the most powerful method of communication. Agree? You see something on the board, it's okay. But when you talk something, when you say something to the crowd, listen. One thing, eye contact is very necessary. When Preman asked me, can we have a virtual or a physical? I said, virtual is out of the question. There's no eye contact. I don't know whether she's laughing or smiling or serious. So this is very important, eye contact. And remember, your eye contact must move from left to right to the back, all over in a big hall, so that everyone feels that he or she is talking to. I'm talking to them. So that's it. So it's the most powerful method of communication is the spoken word. How can it be learned? There are two methods. Hit and miss method. Whenever you get a chance to propose a word of thanks or say something, right. But there's a hard and fast one, that is effective. Take classes in effective public speaking. Actually, you need 10 classes to become a good speaker. It's okay, but this is the initial stage. Sometime later on I'll come again. First of all, you must have a tenacity of purpose. I must become a good speaker. That must be in your mind. Unless you are ready for that, you will not accept whatever I say. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Louder.
Yes, sir.
You can even put your mask down now. There's no corona here. Anyway, so the first thing is preparation. Never start a speech with an apology. People don't want to hear that. And don't waste your time. Also, when you address the dais, Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, and fellow retained or whatever, fellow students, enough. But the second man, the third man, the fourth man, everybody starts the same salutation, it's unnecessary. All you got to do is this, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough. Or friends. One word friend is good enough to cover everyone, including the headmaster. So that's what happens in a big hall like that. You don't have to repeat the whole thing. Just say dear friends and start off your speech. Once you're ready, the preparation is very important. How do you prepare? You got to dig something out from yourself. You can go through books, okay, and then write down one by one. Napoleon Bonaparte used to say, if you prepare well, the war is won, half won. So that goes for public speaking also. It needs a lot of preparation. A speech read is a speech dead, so that people will understand. He has come to tell us something new, something interesting. The first thing is, when you speak, if you are nervous, hold the podium with both your hands tight. Take a deep breath, 3 deep breaths, and think that the audience are all fools. Once that is set, you are okay, set to speak. I remember a student of mine in Kannur, he was shivering like anything. And so I asked him, take a rupee in your hand and squeeze it, go on squeezing, and nervousness will go. He still remembers it because last week he came as one of the assistant governors in Rotary and he said, this is what Mr. Marshall taught me years ago when I was a JC. I was in the JC movement also. That's where I studied public speaking. So, when you're nervous, all you got to do is to stare at the audience for a minute. And then start your speech. Mr. President and friends. Start. Okay. Once that is set, sometimes you may have to be introduced. There are 4 points to be covered when you introduce a person. any speaker. You can note down if you want. Got paper and pencil? So what did I tell you? Do not exaggerate the qualifications of the speaker. Be very short. He or she was born in such a place, got educated, went on to get higher education in David College, then went to Virginia for higher studies. Ladies and gentlemen, I have very great pleasure to introduce to you so and so so and so. Then they'll all clap. Never spell out the name of the speaker at the beginning of your speech. Many people make that mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, I have very great pleasure in introducing to you Mr. Marshall. Good introduction, the effective way. So the name of the speaker only in the end, after you have finished all this. Why this subject, at this time, by the speaker, and by this speaker, the last one. That's when you have finished your introduction, the last minute, ladies and gentlemen, now I present to you so and so. Then you'll all clap and he'll come to the stage and talk. Got it? This is the way to introduce the speaker. Please collect the biodata of the speaker well in advance, not when he's just entering the hall. Many people rush up. In Rotary meetings I've seen that. Mr. Mehman is coming. What did I say? How many wives? How many children? And they bungled up the whole thing. Our speaker has 3 wives and 26 children. So this is very important. Collect the biodata well in advance and don't make a fool of yourself. Got it? So that's why the introduction is concerned. Next. I told you about the preparation part of it. You have to dig something out yourself. It should come from within. You may refer to books, you may refer to friends, masters, lecturers, but it has to come out from yourself. Ideas. Ideas have to come out, then put it down in writing. In the Bible we have the 10 commandments. In public speaking also we have 10 commandments. You can note down. Number 1. Thou shalt not commence thy speech with an apology. Thou shalt not commence thy speech with an apology. Number 2. Thou shalt not fill thy speech with statistics. Last year, there were 44 students for my class. The following year, there were 44.63. Nobody wants these statistics. So do not fill your speech with statistics. Number 3, thou shalt not be overly sentimental. Many people come to the podium are very sentimental. People don't want to see all that. Number 4, thou shalt not exaggerate. I told you about that. Do not exaggerate the qualifications of a speaker. He or she may not live up to it. Number 5, thou shalt not be sarcastic or unfair to any audience. What's your name? I can't tell you that I don't like the way you form your life. How to particular? You have to be very systematic and also disciplined. Next one, thou shalt not be dull. Even the gods won't forgive you. You cannot come to any podium without preparation, so do not be dull. Number 7, thou shalt not murder the Queen's English. I have changed that. Thou shalt not murder Indian English. Number 9, thou shalt not steal the time of thine audience. You can't go on and on and on. You got to stop. Number 10, thou shalt not be long-winded. Long-winded. It means you should not be too long in your speech. The principle of public speaking is stop when the audience wants more. If the biryani is good, you go on eating. go. Stop when the stomach wants more. The same thing, stop when the audience wants more. That's the time to stop. So after that they say, sir, the three principles of public speaking is be brief, be sincere, the next one.
Confident.
Again you are lengthening the whole thing. Be brief, be sincere, and be seated. Laki Pachula. Be seated. Is or no? So these are the three things you must observe everywhere. Be sincere in what you say, be brief, and don't forget to sit down. You can't go on and on and on. You invite some politicians to speak and they start off, you go on for half an hour. He has not yet touched the subject. When he's about to, the president says, sir, you run the issue. So this is what happens. And you know what he says? After half an hour speech, he says, then he goes out for another half an hour. He goes on. They don't know where to stop and when to stop. This should not be with you people who have gone through a class like this. So be brief, be sincere, and be seated. Very important, be seated. Even without me asking you to sit. The last three cardinal points of public speaking. Stand up to be seen. Stand up to be seen. Speak out to be appreciated. Speak out to be heard. Stand up to be seen, speak out to be heard, and shut up to be appreciated. If you can do that, they'll really give you a good clap.